When looking up a number in the telephone book, most people say the alphabet either out loud, just like June did, or quietly to themselves. June was looking for the fun factory, so she started by looking for the first letter of the word, F. Because F is near to the start of the alphabet, she began with the pages with the A's, then B's, C's, and so on till she got to the F's. Here's another hint. If you look up at the top corner of each page of the telephone book, you'll see that beside the page number, 2 words are listed. For example, Freshways and Futura. The first word, Freshways, indicates that this page starts with words beginning with F or E, and the second word, Futura, indicates that the page ends with words beginning with F-U-T. So, because June is looking for a word beginning with F-U-N, she knows it must be listed somewhere on this page. Once she'd found the right page, she ran her finger down the column until she found the name and number she was looking for. Remember, the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Are you okay there?
Yeah, I'd like to order a birthday cake, please.
Okay, what kind of cake would you like?
I'm not quite sure, really. It's for 2 little girls. Something like that, I think, probably.
Okay, would you like a novelty cake then, or just an ordinary cake?
I think the soft icing with the hundreds and thousands. What sizes do they
Well,
put?
that one actually is a 10-inch now. It's a novelty cake, but you can actually get bigger. See the board it's on?
Yeah.
It's a 12-inch.
Yeah, that'd be better size for me, without all the trains and things on top.
That's £16 then for that,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine. 16. Okay. And we have a message to put on the top.
All right, yeah.
It's happy 10th birthday,
All right.
Alison and Neve.
Right, and when do you want to collect that?
On Saturday, please.
On Saturday, right. About 10 o'clock?
That'd be fine, yeah.
And what's the name?
Aileen Quigley.
Do you want to pay for it now then, or on Saturday?
On Saturday.
Okay. That's grand then.
That's great. Thanks very much.
All right, bye.
Bye now.
Earlier in the programme, we looked at writing a formal note to school and a personal note. Now the shop assistant has written out Aileen's order for the birthday cake. Let's look at it again. A note like this is important because the shop assistant needs to pass it on to someone else. When writing a note for others, it's important to write as clearly as you can and to check spelling and key information. The assistant writes the main points. 1 cake, the greeting, happy 10th birthday, Alison and Neve, and then collect Saturday 10 a.m. and the cost, £16.
Now, I got these invitations at the Fun Factory. Will we fill them in together?
Yeah.
So if you put Alison at the top. Alison wishes to invite. So who are we going to write this one to?
Grace.
Okay. Wishes to invite Grace to the party. On Saturday, the 21st of October at 3 p.m, because that's the afternoon, a.m. is the morning. Good girl. In the Fun Factory. That's it.
Okay.
The Fun Factory invitations are laid out so that all Alison has to do is fill in the missing words. She starts by putting her own name, Alison, at the top, so that whoever receives the invitation will know who it's from. This invitation is for her friend Grace to come along to the party. Next comes the date, which is where she needed her mum's help. The word October can be broken into 3 sounds. Oc-to-ber. And don't forget to use a capital letter for the day, Saturday, and the month, October. The party is due to start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Aileen reminded Alison that PM is a shorter way of saying afternoon. 3 a.m. would mean 3 in the morning.
Ready to sing now?
Enjoying themselves. It was worth all the effort. Oh, it was. I'm glad it's only once a year, though. You're right. Congratulations.
We leave the party in full swing. Back now to Mary and Michael, who have recently taken part in a Return to Learning course.
My family has grown. My youngest is 14. The eldest 27, and it was really the grandchildren and my youngest daughter. I thought it was about time.
My wife Rose now, she got pregnant with the baby, and I says now I'm going to have to do something, either get up and look for a good job or return to education, to go to a college, night school or something.
I wanted to read and write, and that's exactly what we did. They're very good, they're very helpful. They kind of go away, you know, if you want, whatever way you want to do it, and they advise you.
The best thing is I can write a letter now to my friend now in England, Scott. I met him when I was over in England, and he never knew I was illiterate either, but I never told him. But now I can actually pick up a pen and paper and write wherever I want to write them. I can go to a computer and I can type up and spell whatever words without even having to use a spell check. I can do all these things, which is actually fantastic for me, for my own comfort anyway.
It's a simple thing. You stand up to get your folder off the shelf, and one of the girls might say, will you get mine while you're up there? Now, that's a simple thing, but it's great to just be able to read their name as well.
More success stories next week, but now a quick reminder of some of the learning points we've covered in the programme. When writing a letter, start with your address and the date on the top right-hand corner of the page. If you're writing to a friend, you can start with Dear Margaret. But if it's a letter to someone you don't know, you need to write Dear Mrs. Kane. Our spelling tip this week was sincerely, which if you break it down into 3 parts, sin, seer, lee, is easier to remember. If you're writing a note for someone else to read, write as clearly as you can, check your spelling, and make sure that you have all the key points written down. A calendar divides the year into 12 months, with each month divided into weeks and days. When spelling months or days, don't forget to use a capital letter. Our tip for spelling the word Wednesday is to sound it out aloud, Wednesday, which might help next time you come across it. The telephone book is organised alphabetically. This means that names beginning with A are followed by names beginning with B, then C, and so on. So a name like Alan goes before Brady, which goes before Clark. It might also help to know that the phone book is also organised in 2 sections, with home telephone numbers at the front and business telephone numbers at the back. If you have any questions on anything we've covered in this or previous programmes, you can call the NALA free phone number, 1800 20 20 65. You can also call this number for information about reading and writing services where you live, or you could contact your local VEC directly. If you don't already have your learning pack, phone 1800 20 20 65 and order one. Calls are free. Order your copy. Calls are free. Coming up next week, a familiar situation. Ernie is good at his job and he's been offered a promotion. But his reading and writing will have to improve if he's going to take advantage of it. Join us next week and see how Ernie deals with this problem.